Yo guys, what is up? It's your boy Six. Welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be continuing the Arc server series brought to you by Game Servers Hub. You can join their Discord at discord.gg/gsh. It can be seen on screen and in the description down below. It's a great community to be a part of, especially if you need any support. They have a very helpful Discord. Without further ado, let's get into the video. Today we're going to be going over Discord Arc Shop by Tobeey. This is more of a Discord bot instead of a actual plugin, but it does have a plugin associated with it, which is very helpful. So you're gonna go to Game Servers Hub. The link will be down below for this as well. Find Discord Arc Shop. Go ahead and buy it. Discord bots, and then you can go ahead and get it right here. So I went ahead and already downloaded mine. So I already have the config file. We're gonna go ahead and open that. So the first line is gonna be our Discord bot token. So to get that, we're gonna have to actually create our own Discord bot. So we're gonna head over to our browser and go to Discord developer portal. We're gonna click new application. We're gonna name it Discord Arc Shop. Agree to their terms and service. Okay, we're just gonna name it Arc Shop. We're gonna upload an image real quick. Save changes. Go to bot. Enable these three options. Save changes. Here you can also change the bot name and image if you need to. Then you're gonna want to go ahead and hit reset token and do it. If you have two-factor authentication, it will ask you for your authentication code. You're gonna go ahead and take the Discord bot token, copy it, and then paste it into here. The next line is technically license ID, which you will get from a message from the Discord bot. So I suggest you're in the Discord for him before you actually purchase it, so you automatically get the message, which is license key. So next is the guild ID. To get the guild ID, you're gonna head over to the server, and if you don't have developer mode enabled, you want to go settings, advanced, and turn on developer mode, and go ahead and right click your server icon and copy server ID and paste that in there. Then we're going to need a command channel. So we're going to go ahead and make one real quick. Shop commands. Drag it to the top just for the purpose of the tutorial. Copy channel ID. Paste it in there. Oh, wrong one. Paste it in here. Now you need a linking system that links people's Discords to their Steam. You can either use Discord Integrator, Lethal Quest, Kale's Crosschat, or Discord Game Linker. For this, I'm going to be using Kale's Crosschat. We need the admin role ID. So we're going to right click and go server settings roles, copy the admin ID, and paste it in there. The log channel to log the shop. We're going to go ahead and create that under the admin area. And copy the ID for that. Now I'm going to change the max withdraw and max deposit and the max trade. By default it's 1,000. We're going to go ahead and set this to 5,000. I'm actually going to set max withdraw to 50. So now we have the status of the bot. You can change this, but I'm going to keep it idle. And the name. So we're going to name this GSH shop. You have the color if you want to change the color, but we're going to keep it default. Now we need to actually connect it to the databases. So the first one is the shopbot database. This is for the shop itself. So we're going to keep it localhost as the SQL database is hosted on this machine. The user is going to be GSH PVP. Enter the password. Keep the port 306, and I'm going to keep it as a separate database than my Arc server itself, so I'm going to name it shop. Now we need the Steam links. So this is for the database that you're using to link that you have listed up here. So I'm going to go ahead and enter the same username and password. And then it's going to be GSH PVP for the database name. And the shop's also hosted in the same spot. So we're going to go ahead and enter the same information. And there we go. So now we have the server section. Now if you have multiple servers, you're going to go ahead and enter all your servers. However, we're only going to be running one. So I'm going to go ahead and actually basically delete all these. Except for one, because I only have one server running. So you're going to name it whatever your server name is, or whatever you want to be named. I'm just going to call it GSH tutorial server. The IP is going to be the local IP of the machine for me. Then we're going to need the Archon port. In my case, it's 32335. So it's the one that's default here. Then you need the admin password for the server. And the map ID. In my case, it's the island. Now we have the point system. So we have Discord roles, and if they're going to be automatic. If you want to have more than 2 roles, you would just copy this and simply go ahead and paste it in here as many times as you need. We're just going to use 2 for the example, so I'm going to go ahead and delete those. So default priority 0, which is the lowest one, which will be the role that everybody can use. So auto claim is going to be false, and the claim amount we're going to set to 15. We're going to set the cooldown to 1440, which is a day. We're also going to set it for a day for this, but this is going to give 25. And then we're going to set auto claim to false. And then we're going to get the role ID for the role. So we're going to go ahead and actually create a role named VIP. Copy the role ID and paste it in there. Now we have the stack discounts. So if we're going to give discounts, so the VIP role is going to get a 25% discount. So we're going to also post the VIP role ID here. Then I'm not going to use a 50% one, so I'm going to go ahead and delete it. Or you can keep it and add another role. So now we have the categories, which by default there is dinos and items. We're going to go ahead and actually copy from here up to here and add one more at the bottom. So after this bracket here, we're going to add one more. As for this, I'm going to be using 3 IDs. So we have dinos, items, and then the third category is going to be commands. So for the first one, keep in mind, if you have a lot of items, you may get rate limited. So I'm going to go ahead and actually turn merge embeds to true. And doing that will enable the name section and the description. So the name of it is going to be a little dinosaur icon with dinos, and below are all the dinos listed. You can change this if you want. Footer is to have a little footer note, so we can just do GSH staff team. So next is the color. We're going to go ahead and keep this default. And we're going to enter the channel ID for this. So we're going to go ahead and quickly create 3 channels under GSH server. We're going to go Dino Shop, Item Shop, and Command Shop. Break these up. We'll go ahead and right click Dino Shop and copy the channel ID. Paste it in here. Now our items, we are going to keep Enki, and we're basically going to show you how to recreate the example picture that they have. So we're going to go ahead and clear out everything in between these 2 symbols. Now I already have the config drawn up, so I'm going to go ahead and grab the code and we're just going to talk through it, so we don't have to write it all out and explain it. Let me copy this, paste it in here. So we're going to be using Discord Markdown basically to be able to use this in a code block format. So this will be linked down below as well, so you can see all the colors. But you can do all of this basically. And then here are some examples of the colors that they give you, so you can just copy this. And what you would do is you take, if you wanted, for instance, our first one I believe is green, you would copy this. You would copy this and paste it in here. Or, well, first you do 3 tilde key presses to get these icons, and then type in ANSI, then \n, and then you would paste the first one that you want, and then where the color set name is, so it would say green here, we're going to change it to whatever we want. So for the example, we use gender, and then we just basically go throughout that and enter it each time if we want to change the color. So this will make it multicolor. So I'll show you when it's actually posted. But as you can see, we have one color code gender, another color code random, another color code level, another one, and then the actual level of it. And then we have color code price and the price of it. Now, when you're doing a merged embed, you do need to have the price in the description because the price will not be displayed otherwise. So for instance, the price is 500 for the Enki. The limit is an optional line. We're going to remove the limit on it as we don't want a limit on it. And the cooldown is also an optional line to put a cooldown on how often you can buy it. But we don't want it for this, so we're going to remove it. The image I'm going to grab as well from over here as I change my images to the picture of the actual Enki instead of the dossier icon. Only Arc Shop will use true, and this will basically use arc points instead of the bot points. The enable or disable the purchase of this, and then the allowed roles who can buy it and not with Discord ID, comma separated. Then you have the actual command. So we are going to be using ngog, cryo command, and item commands for this. Then you have the ID, so it grabs the ID of who entered the command. And then you have all these options here that you can set. If I scroll up to the very top of this config, we can see the ngog dino, ngog cryo, and ngog item, and then what each option will do. And what it will change. These values will either be zeros or ones, and in most cases. However, obviously durability, damage, and armor are going to be higher than zeros and ones. Same with quantity and quality. So I'm going to go ahead and scroll past this for now. And then we have the translations. So basically these are all of the text that the bot will respond with. You can change these to a different language if your server's in a different language. However, it is English for the purposes of this tutorial, so we're going to keep this in English. I'm going to go ahead and import my other shop real quick, and then we'll go over what I added. Alright, so I went ahead and added them. So we have now an Anki, a female Anki, a male Anki, an Astrocetus, a Basilisk, a Giga, a Karki, a Mana, a Tuso, and then for items, I keep the name and description default. You can change this if you are using the merged embed, but for the purpose of items, since I only have a few, I am using individual embeds. And then for commands, we actually have a command that will allow you to exchange 50 points for 1,000 shop points. So we have only Arc Shop to false on this, so it uses bot points in order to buy it. So now we're going to go ahead and quickly invite the bot to the Discord. So we're going to go back to the developer portal, go to O2 auth, and URL generator, click bot. Now you can give it the minimum commands that it needs, which just go through here: send message, send embed, add emojis. But I'm just going to go ahead and give it admin to make this easier, and copy the Discord link and invite it to the server. And give it admin. I am a human. So now the bot is in the server, and we're going to go ahead and start it and hope that we have no errors. So the Arc Shop is ready to go. So now if we look in Discord, you can see we now have everything posted. So if I try to buy on this account, it is going to give me an error that I am not linked yet, as my main account is linked to my thing. But as you can see, here's the difference. This is the merged embed, where it actually shows it all as one embed, and then we have the item shop where it shows it as different messages, and then we have the command shop, which will be Arc commands, which if I do this, again, my Arc's not linked, so it's not going to work. So I'm going to go ahead and go to my other Discord real quick that is linked. Make this a little bigger. Alright, so we had to reload the shop real quick. I made one little mistake. So even though they're different categories, the IDs do have to be separate completely. So all I did was add a D for Dino, a I for item, and a C for command, which won't change anything on the player side. Just make sure that you have different IDs completely, even if it's a separate category. Now if I go ahead and go to the Discord and click buy on the shop, you can see in game I got 1,000 points. If I go to the item shop and I buy the mana saddle, I get a mystical mana saddle BP. If I buy the wyvern milk, I'll go ahead and get a wyvern milk. If I buy the PvP set, I'll get 3 sets of flak, a Fabi, 300 bullets. And notice that even though it's journeyman, it does have cap stats. Same with the Fabi. And then if I buy the combo, it'll give me the combo. Then the Dino shop, we can buy any of these and it'll give us a Cryos. So if I buy the first one, it would be helpful to have different names when you're using merged embeds, but I forgot to. So the difference is this, but it does go in order. So if I buy this one, it'll be the 250. And if I buy this one, it will be the male. And this one will be the female. And then as well, you can buy the Astro, the Basilisk, the Giga, the Karki, the Mana, and the Tuso. Actually, I could be out of points. Hold on. F2. Okay, no, I'm actually out of points. So this would be a good time to go to the command shop and go ahead and buy this. and get a few points. We'll get enough to buy the Tuso. And then if we go Dino Shop, we can go ahead and buy the Tuso. And there it is. So the dinos can be a specific level or specific gender and have imprinting. As you see, all these have imprinting. If I throw it out, it will be imprinted to me as the command gives imprint to whoever bought it. So all these dinos will be imprinted to me. So the Astro. Obviously, for something like an Astro, you may want that disabled, so they don't get the damage. Oh, it automatically disables on Astro. Okay, that's good. So it'll automatically disable on dinos that can't have imprint. And then we have the Saddle BP, which is a journeyman, as I kept the quality low, so it was a little bit cheaper of a BP. The Wyvern Milk, and everything else that we bought. So the way that I achieved the PvP set, by the way, if I go ahead and buy that again real quick, let me just put everything inside of a dino so you can see what all it gives. So we'll go ahead and go item shop and buy the PvP kit again. So this is what the item shop will give. All you gotta do is simply add a comma at the end of the line and then enter the other command. You can keep this all in one line, however I put each command on a different line just so it was easier to line up. Since it's in between brackets, it won't get angry doing this. So after every line except the last one, there is a comma. Then you have the ngog spawner command up here that tells you how to spawn everything exactly and with what settings. So as you can see here for the flak, I have the quantity set to 3, the quality set to 7, the durability set to 2085, and the armor set to 550, and the Fabi set to 755 damage with 500 Dura. And then the commands, I simply just have add points, ID, and 1000. So now if we want to look at the Discord real quick again and go to the commands channel, we have a few commands we can use. Since I'm admin, I'll have a few more, but we'll have admin add, which will add points to a user, admin remove, which will remove points from a user, admin set will set points to a user, admin display, which will display a user, so I can do this and then do myself. And it'll show how many points I have. I added myself a whole bunch just so it was easier for the video. Then we have buy, and then the category and the item. So since I didn't change it from dinos, they're all technically dinos. And then you enter the item ID. Then we have claim, which will do our claim, which I'm on cooldown because I already entered it, so I'm gonna have to wait. And then we'll quickly show off the discount. So if I go ahead and go to the dino shop, or let's go to item shop, there's less messages to dismiss, and dismiss all this. If I buy the mana saddle, which is 50, so if I open my F2 menu so you can see my points actively, and if I buy the mana saddle again, and then close and open the shop, you can see my points went down by 50. However, if I hit the VIP roll and buy the mana saddle again, my points did not go down by 50, as I have a 25% discount. If you ever have problems with any of your messages, you're going to want to open the cache.json and delete from this curly bracket all the way up to this curly bracket, and it should fix any message errors that you have. Anyways, that's it for Discord Workshop. I hope this video is helpful. It's a very nice add-on since you can basically add discounts to certain people who buy VIP. Depending on their VIP level, they can have different discount levels. You can do sales to promote people using your Discord instead of in-game to drive traffic to your Discord. There's a lot of things that allows you to do to get more traffic in your Discord, which is very nice to have. Anyways, thank you all for watching. The link for everything will be down in the description below. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.